G'day everybody, I am going to review the Kodak Playfull. The Kodak Playfull is a little dinky flip-like camera from Kodak, and I bought it for the pricely sum of $69 off Amazon Prime. I don't know if I like this camera, so I may be sending it back, but I thought I'd do a quick review in the meantime. So let's get on to some of what I like about the camera. Okay, first of all, I like its size. It's very compact. Here you can see it compared to the old iPhone 2G. Look at it. So it's actually nice and compact. It's kind of like a little candy bar phone. You can fit it in your hand. It fits very well in your hand. You know, ergonomically, it's nice. And you can kind of sneak it around, so you can just kind of have it like this, and just kind of hold it like that, and just kind of sneak it around if you want. I took some footage in IKEA, which I'll show right now. This is me sneaking the camera around. Of course, I didn't have to sneak it around, but it was fun to do so. So I like the size of it. The size is nice. The second thing I like is that it has a screen. So if we turn it on over here, you'll see it has a little screen. Some of them, most of these little cameras do have screens, but cameras like the Contour and those other more helmet cams don't have screens, and it's hard to kind of change the settings. Third thing I like about it is it takes SD cards. You just pop it in over here, and it does have a bit of built-in memory, but it's very small. You pop in the SD card there, and it's not this dinky little micro SD. I hate those little things. They're so silly to, just fiddly to use. You can take up to a 32 gig SD card, which is, I believe, 3 or 4 hours. I'm not sure exactly. It has nice menuing system. When I say menuing, it just has a nice little menu, so you can go in these buttons here. There's the menu button. I don't know if you can see on B camera if I'm in focus, and you can go up and down, which is nice. And I'm, of course, comparing it to some of these other cameras I've had, and they have most notably been the more helmet cam types without having a screen, and this is a different camera really. Get on to another thing I like is the video modes. It does have 720p 60, which means 720p resolution, which is good. But it has 60 frames a second, which means you get nice, you don't get blurry video. If you're taking something in a car with stuff whizzing by you, if you're taking sports, the 60p is nice. And also if you want to slow stuff down, 60p is good, because you just slow it down to 30 and then you've got 50%, half the speed that you normally have. What else do I like about this camera? It does come with a charger. This is almost a Apple-esque little charger here, which has a USB cable on it, and you can actually run this while the thing is playing. The battery is not built in, which is probably a negative, but and it just goes in over here. I believe there's a little slot over here, and you can just pop it in there, and Bob's your auntie. Is that where it goes in? It has to be. There you go. Big camera, are you getting this? If not, you're fired. Another big thing I like about this camera is it was cheap. It's dirt cheap. This camera was $69. It's probably one of the cheapest little flip cameras you can get. I think the flip is maybe 80 or 100. There are waterproof versions of this. There's bigger versions that Kodak make. But I think for 69 bucks, this is probably the cheapest camera with these features you can get. I believe people were paying $200 and something for this camera. There's no way in hell I'd pay $200. I would pay $150 for this. But for 69 bucks, it may just be worth your while getting this camera. You know, assuming you're on a budget. Another nice thing this camera has, it has a little bolt, so you can mount it on a tripod, one of those little mini tripods, which is very, very handy, because we all know these cameras. It does have digital image stabilization, which is pretty much worthless. So the small shakes, the kind of shakes you can see over here in B camera, those shakes, if you do have a good optical image stabilization, those shakes will go. It's amazing what it does. But this doesn't have optical image stabilization, so it's done digitally and it doesn't really work. So having it on a tripod will, I mean, it's like night and day between the quality of your video. Okay, let's get on to the negatives. Whoa! One moment, please. We have a bit of a lighting problem here. Come on, you son of a bitch. DIYstudio.com. Getting on to the negatives before we were rudely interrupted by Mr. Light falling off the table here. The number one problem with this camera, and it's probably the biggest problem, the biggest gotcha, is the video quality. The video quality, I'll show a few clips now. Okay, roll the clips. If you look at these clips in direct sunlight, if the camera is steady, the clips aren't bad at all. I don't know if they're 720p or 1080p. I just don't see the, I mean, literally comparing this with a Contour, which is $139, the actual resolution, the fineness of the pixels, I mean, this thing looks like it's a VGA camera from the 70s. I think that if you have it on a little tripod maybe, the video quality is going to be okay when there's lots of sunlight. Certainly when there's not a lot of light, it's crappy. Certainly when you're moving it around and doing some stuff, it's not going to look good at all. So it's kind of like saying, I've got a car, but, you know, it's nice to sit in, but actually physically driving it on the road, it's rubbish. So, but also, you know, if you only paid $60 for the car, then, you know, maybe, who cares? Something for kids is a toy, maybe. Maybe something that's almost a disposable camera you want to take somewhere that maybe will get confiscated or something. Yeah, this is not bad at all. It sounds not too bad. You can adjust the volume, has a speaker, so you can play that back. So the video is disappointing, and this is coming from someone who's kind of a video expert and looks at the pixels and the color and this and that and the other and the moire and all this other nonsense. So you may not have a problem with the video quality coming from something this size. So another thing I don't really like are the buttons, but that's just kind of minor. It's very easy. There's a power button on the side here, boom, that works great. But these buttons don't really have any tactile feel to them, so it's just something I didn't like. The software, didn't try the software, but I think, you know, the software with all these cameras is crap. The best way to get your video with these cameras is open this up, get this SD card, put it in your computer on an SD card reader and just do it like that. Do not plug this into your, I guess you can, because it just comes up as a little SD card, but don't use any of the software. It's going to screw your computer up, it's going to install all kinds of crap, you know, and coming from a Mac, it never works properly anyway. So do never install any of the software that comes with these cameras. It's going to just screw you up horribly. What else? I did have it crash on me, which is interesting. I took a shot. I was running around with the camera, took a shot. Somehow one of the videos on the memory card got corrupted, and it basically wouldn't turn off. I took the memory card out, I did everything. I didn't plug it into my computer because I didn't have my computer. I was out and about. So I literally had to leave the camera on because I couldn't turn it off, this burning little camera, in my pocket until it drained down, and then when it booted up again, it kind of was okay. So it seemed that one clip was corrupted. Whenever I went to this clip, it would do the same thing. So maybe there's some bugs in the software or something, but it seems to work fine now. So that was another problem I had with it. So in summary, the Kodak Playfull for $69 on Amazon. I got it on Amazon Prime, so I can take it back for free if there's something wrong with it. I'd probably give it a buy rating if you understand its limitations. If you want better video, you're probably not going to get the video, you know, really good video from a $69 camera or a $150 camera or maybe even a $200 camera. So, but it's something that's maybe for kids, maybe something that's disposable. I'd recommend this little camera for $69. And that's it, folks. This has been another review from JacanaProductions.com.